Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, a place where you can learn how to read body language and how to correctly assess what somebody is thinking purely through what their body communicates to the world on a subconscious basis. It's really not hard to understand once you start paying attention to certain behaviors and, being able to apply what emotion or what reaction it sort of signifies. So if you like the concept of learning body language, I would recommend you click like and subscribe, as I have a whole bunch of great and important information for you to learn. Alternatively, if you have a question you want to ask, such as what does this mean, how do I project myself to be this sort of person, and so on and so forth, click the link in my bio. I'll answer it via a video, and I'll keep you anonymous given that's what you want. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be based on the collar pull, seen more with men than women. This is a pulling of the collar, ventilating the neck, alright? So the individual pulls at the collar, they pull the collar away from the neck, the skin of the neck, to ventilate the neck. Alright? So the tie can also be used as a means of ventilating the neck if they are to loosen it. My apologies. You can tell I work hard for you guys, right? All this yawning. So it's a sign of discomfort, right? Due to anxiety. Just to re-clarify, what I said prior to the yawn is that the tie can also be loosened as a form of neck ventilator, as the loosening of the tie, given that they do have a tie on, is also going to loosen up the collar as a byproduct and sort of initiate the same effect. Alright? So it's down to discomfort due to anxiety. You'll see this behavior. When we're under stress, our blood pressure rises and has many unique effects, which triggers a lot of subconscious behavior, which helps us as the observer identify what that person is feeling under that particular time. All right, and this can happen in real time. So a person can ventilate their neck due to added stress and anxiety purely because you asked them a question. All right, which if you asked, did you sleep with that woman, and they responded with yes, verbally, yet they start acting in particular stressful and sort of anxiety-ridden ways, you need to inquire what that yes really means and signifies. All right. So it shows that the individual is stressed, and another byproduct of the heightened blood pressure when under stress, and especially when lying, is the expansion of the tissues in the nose, which is why there's that common, I would say it's the most common and popular body language tidbit going, is that a liar will rub their nose. That was one of my first videos, and it is true to an extent. So when an individual lies and the blood pressure raises, the tissues of the nose expand, creating a tickle. All right, so it's actually a genuine itch, but it still shows the same thing. And through the same means, this ventilation of the neck and this heat this person is feeling under this pressure is still a real life byproduct of that raising of the blood pressure. All right. We call it being hot under the collar, if you've heard that saying before. So if somebody's hot under the collar, it means that they're stressed. All right. When we're stressed, our face and neck flush red due to the heightened blood pressure. So alongside the the physical self-touch element, there is also a body chemistry which provokes a boldened red flush in the face and the neck. All right, alongside that, so it is visual in two aspects. Okay, you can look at the skin and you can look at the behavior. All right. We talked about it also being a self-soothing behavior momentarily. So when the individual touches themselves or pulls their collar and creates that self-contact, especially on the neck, it releases feel-good endorphins to the brain due to the contact with the nerve endings, and what that does is helps fight that stress and anxiety through a positive versus negative yin and yang sort of battle there. So that's also worth considering. All right. So hopefully this lesson has been of benefit. I'm sure you see this all the time. You see this depicted in films, you see it in cartoons, and of course you may or may not have heard of the term hot under the collar. Okay, this is what it signifies. So just to quickly re-clarify, when an individual is stressed or anxious, their blood pressure will raise, and in doing so it will create heat and a flush within the face and the neck. Natural reaction is to find comfort in loosening the collar or pulling on the collar to ventilate the neck and the face area, and alternatively they can loosen up the tie to do the same sort of thing. Alright, so hopefully that was of benefit, and when you see this behaviour from here on, if it wasn't evident already, now it should be. Thank you very much. Click like, click subscribe, and I'm out. Goodbye.